Say the line, Bart!
New Ben 10 video.
Yeah!
I don't remember this movie, but I know I definitely watched it at some point. I didn't have a lot of options on Ben 10 shows to cover because there's almost no Ben 10 Billiam hasn't covered that motherfucker. Just kidding. But since I got no real plans currently on covering Ben 10 Alien Force, for example, here's a quick summary of what it would have been like if I had.
And I'd suck your dad's dick just to get a taste of what you're made of.
Oh my god! Now, since I don't remember Secrets of the Omnitrix, watch till the end so we can see if it was a great movie, worthy of nostalgia and a bittersweet feeling that I'll never want to revisit due to the pain, or if the title was just clickbait. So we begin with Benjamin going one-on-one with Dr. Animo. After being blasted by Animo's DNA wave, his hero watch becomes wonky, resulting in this story being able to happen. First things first, the movie still holds up visually. It looks spectacular. No, not you! Honestly, with an updated color palette, you could definitely convince people this just came out. Back to the Animo thing. The fact you created a device strong enough to affect the Omnitrix, the most powerful device in the galaxy, is a little far-fetched in my opinion. He never created anything that was even close to Omnitrix level, and I still hold that opinion after watching a couple of Dr. Animo episodes to make sure I wasn't speaking pure nonsense. Like, Animo's the man who couldn't beat Benjamin when he wonked up his watch. Even if you were to credit Animo's smartest on the planet, a galaxy level device is a bit out of his scope. Tetrax arrives due to Ben's situation, and the music they used for his arrival was fantastic. Vilgax is also after them due to the fact he still wants the Omnitrix. That sucks. But now we have a villain to up the excitement of the story. It completely failed in doing that, but more on that later. Gwendolyn comes aboard the ship, exhibiting a level of unparalleled realness, so we're calling her Gwen for the rest of the video.
You need to be stopped!
They all need to get to the planet Asmus imprisoned on when 6-6 comes through to run his fade with Tetrax, but we love Tetrax, so we hope the worst for the op he's fighting. Ben also fights female Vilgax, but who cares? Let's talk about the location they landed on for a second. This has got to be the worst prison I've ever seen. There is just zero order, just consistent fades and anarchy going around here. It sucks. After leaving without him, we discover that female Vilgax isn't Asmus. She's named Myax, and she erased Asmus' DNA from the Omnitrix due to her pettiness, so I now love her. She's truly a character I can get behind. Vilgax finds them headed to Xenon, but since we haven't figured out the secret of the Omnitrix, we know they don't lose here. Something that's really funny is Gluto put up a better fight against Vilgax than Asmus did, so for that reason alone, we stand Gluto. Now on to something I really didn't like. Ben's treatment in this movie. Everybody acts like he's some selfish jerk. Is that true in some cases? Yeah. Sure, but not once has that been exuded in this movie. I don't understand how they give episodes where Ben develops as a character and saves people just because it's the right thing to do, then swipe it away whenever it's convenient. Then after they'll bring it back. It's disgusting. It's sickening. I haven't watched the original series in a minute, so the first example that comes to mind is literally the first episode when Ben tries to stop JT and Cash from picking on unnamed guy. So then they make Asmus selfish too to contrast Ben. It doesn't work at all though. Why couldn't they change it to Ben's been selfish in the past so he sees that part of himself in Asmus and tries to change his perspective? You would still hit the same story beats without the disrespect of Ben, which was genuinely unnecessary. Nonetheless, the introduction of Waybig was pretty cool. It's unfortunate they did Vilgax so dirty. He looks so unintimidating if this was the only time you would experience him on a screen. They also didn't give Waybig a transformation sequence, so it was overall pretty underwhelming. The movie was good. I wouldn't call it exceptional. There were great character interactions and moments I found genuinely funny, and a banger ending. But things like the Dr. Animo thing, Ben's treatment, Vilgax's horrible portrayal, he literally just showed up, put up no fight, lost. He just got mollywopped. He got embarrassed. I feel bad for him. My biggest issue with the movie is it didn't feel like they knew what the story they were trying to tell was. Sure, they call Ben selfish. They don't show it in the movie, so maybe they expected you to have seen the show prior, so fine, I'll let you have it. But there wasn't a moment where I was like, okay, Ben's truly changed, because if you haven't watched the show, Ben didn't really do anything here, so like, why? I still think Race Against Time is a fun watch. You don't even need to have seen Ben 10 or know the lore to have a great time with it. Even with all the negatives I mentioned, I do think the positives outweigh by far, so I definitely recommend it. I just realized Billiam made a Race Against Time video at the end of his first Ben 10 video, and I forgot that little